Hello and welcome to the Lathwaite Stadium for Woking versus Solihull Moors in the National League. You're listening to BBC Radio Surrey. I'm Ashley Adamson-Edwards. I'll be providing you with full match commentary for this afternoon's fixture. I am delighted to be joined by Woking regular club chapman as well, our regular matchday summariser, Ian Nicholson. Ian, how you doing?
Hi Ash, how are you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. I'm loving it at the Lathwaite Stadium. It's a bit hot. It's a bit hot.
It's so hot. Darren Sarle's in his shorts and
no wonder.
It's like, I think it's the hottest, is it the hottest day of the year or close?
It feels like it.
It does. It really is. So it's going to be very interesting, particularly with Woking's pressing game. I'm going to be very impressed if they keep that going for the whole 90 minutes.
Absolutely. Well, I think there is going to be a drinks break at around about 25 minutes for all the players.
Yeah.
Thank God for them as well. Should we quickly, just before kick-off, run through this Woking lineup?
Do.
We've got Will Laskelainen in goal, number 22. We've then got number 2, Dan Moss. Number 6, Luke Wilkinson. Number 4, Scott Cuthbert. Number 3, Josh Casey, leading the team out as captain. Number 21, Emmanuel Oyeleki. Number 16, Tunji Akinola. Number 17, Jim Kellerman. Number 20, Zach Bradshaw. Number 10, Podrag Ammond. And number 7, Ricky Corboa. On the bench, number 5, Greg Taylor. Number 8, Robbie Wilmot. Number 12, Matt Robinson. Number 23, Jermaine Anderson. Number 15, Nana Boateng. Ian, what do you make of that team?
Well, firstly, well done on Ammond.
Right.
It's taken me a year to get to it, but I think it's more like it's Porrick Ammond.
Porrick Ammond.
And great to see Manny Oleki back. He had a short spell with Woking quite a few years ago under Gary Hill and is a quality player. Great. I remember his contribution to a great comeback against Halifax last game of the season, and great to have him back from injury, and also great to have Jermaine Anderson on the bench. So 2 players coming back from injury.
Absolutely, Ian. I believe we're about to have a minute's silence out on the pitch, so we'll stand by for that. Stand by, the commentary will be back in just a minute whilst I pay our respects.
There are some amazing stories about all of these individuals switching between today's programme, and our thoughts are with their friends and families, many of you who have been with us today. We will now remember with a minute of applause, which will start and end on the referee's whistles.
There we go, we're back. The teams are just moments from kick-off here at the Lathwaite Stadium. Chance for Woking to go 3 games unbeaten, a chance for that 3rd consecutive clean sheet. How important is that clean sheet aspect, do you think, Ian, to Darren Sarle's side?
I think it's very important, because I think Darren has set out his stall really on saying that keeping Woking tight at the back is a core to his philosophy. And earlier in the season there were a few really sloppy goals given away, but the last few games it's been a lot tighter. I have to say, I was at Maidenhead. Maidenhead really threatened, really pressured, and Woking held out. But it's good to have Luke Wilkinson back at the back. So Cuthbert and Wilkinson were the centre of everything. It's the last season back 4, and that'll be reassuring.
And we have kicked off here at the Lathwaite Stadium. Will Laskelainen with a long kick forward. It's just been headed down for a corner kick for Woking on this right hand side. Josh Casey going over to whip one in. Some attacking play straight away from Woking here. Jääskeläinen sticking his right hand up, looking for some options. Can Woking kick off this game nice and early with a very strong start? He's got Ricky Coulbeau as a short option. The cross is whipped in at the far post and it's caught quite easily by Tommy Simkin. And he collapses onto the floor with the ball in his arms. Rolls it out to his right hand side to his fullback. Ball just on this right hand flank out. It's a long ball forward down the right wing for Solihull Moors, but that's met by Will Jääskeläinen in the Woking goal. Will Jääskeläinen just inside the first minute here. You're listening to BBC Radio Surrey. Wilkinson on the ball now. A ball into the middle of the pitch. Zach Bradshaw back out to Casey on this left hand side. Just past the halfway line. It's now come into the middle. Long ball forward down this left hand wing. There's a chance here and it's met by Tommy Simkin. Both goalkeepers seeing a lot of the action so far.
Yeah, no, it's been an interesting start, but it's nice to see Oleki look for creative ball forward, which was a bit too long, but as I said earlier, it's great to just see him back on the pitch, really.
Absolutely. And there's a long ball forward by the Moors keeper, Simkin. It's headed back by Cuthbert into the middle of the pitch. Headed back towards Cuthbert and he deals with it again down this left-hand channel. Woking are going to chase it down this left wing, but it's rolled out for a throw-in to Solihull Moors. James Clark here, down to the right-hand side of the Solihull Moors half. He's looking for options. Can he create anything? 2 minutes into this National League fixture. It's come forward now. Solihull Moors are through on the right wing. It's blown for offside. And nearly caught them out.
Well, it's those things of these late flags, isn't it? To me, it just seemed, I just saw offside, and then nothing happens, and then he kicks the ball forward, and suddenly the flag goes up. So, but a good little black flick on another day, a little bit of creativity might have created something, but on this occasion it was adjudged offside, and it was offside.
Thank God. In Woking's case, there's a long ball forward from Jääskeläinen now all the way down to this right-hand side. Woking have it on the edge of the box on the right-hand side. They've crossed it in. There's a header. Hasn't quite met it. It's down here, back into the Solihull Moors possession. Almost a chance for Woking. They've cleared it all the way up this right-hand pitch, though. Cuthbert has come together with the Solihull Moors man. Woking resume possession. Almost a chance there for Woking. Dan Moss down this right-hand side now. He's tried to find Jim Kellerman. It's rolled back out to the Solihull Moors man. It's down this right hand side of the Woking defence now and it's cleared out the stadium. Absolutely no nonsense there.
A rifle smile and hand up there from Luke Wilkinson. Woking have very little width, I would say, in this team.
Yes.
Yeah, this setup, and we saw that a little bit there. Ball played out to Kellerman, right on the white. Anyone who knows Jim Kellerman will know he's not a natural right winger. So
no. It's a long ball forward, no flag for Solihull Moors. They're down the left-hand side with their number 10. Woking desperately trying to defend this, not trying to let any ball in the box. They've scored it in their left wing. They're into the box now, Solihull Moors. Wilkinson seems to be dealing with it, and he has. He's seen it out very nicely for a Woking goal kick.
Very well done, but you can already see that Solihull are lively up front, because that ball forward, I thought for all the world was offside.
Yes.
And the flag never went up, and at this moment you give the benefit of the doubt to the assistant referee and just have to say, well, they were quick in adapting to that.
It seems like we're going to see a lot more of those instances throughout this afternoon. Anyway, Joe Wilkinson on the ball. He's trying to find a long option down the right hand side. Solihull Moors head it back though, and it's sprayed into the middle. Cuthbert's there to meet it for Woking. He's played a long ball forward through the middle. That's met by another header. Solihull Moors have it down in their left hand side with Cade Craig now. They've played it forward. It's a free kick to Solihull Moors. Dan Moss with a controversial challenge there, according to the referee. Solihull Moors now with a free kick just in the left-hand channel of their own half. Tommy Simkin, Solihull Moors goalkeeper, will be taking. Can he cut open Woking? There have been a couple of chances so far just inside this first 5 minutes where that's happened. A long ball forward down the right-hand side of Woking's defence. That's met with a header by Josh Casey. Solihull Moors tried to whip it into the box, but their number 10 is there and a header towards goal, and it seemed to be a goal, but the flag is up, and Josh Kelly has very nearly opened the scoring for Solihull Moors.
Yeah, if there's ever a warning, that came from nowhere really. Ball in, Kelly was really on his own and headed well. Jeskalainen got low, got his hand to it. He sort of fizzled into the corner, but thankfully for Woking it was adjudged offside.
A couple of chances already here where Solihull Moors have seemed to cut open Woking quite easily at first glance. However, they're trying to press the ball on this right hand side now. It's headed back by Dan Moss. Oyeleki has it in the middle. He's played it inside to Corboa. Corboa has given away possession though. It's Dan Moss that resumes it. Back to Kellerman now. Corboa. Kellerman plays it inside. Woking with a bit of space in the middle now. Out to the right wing. It seemed a good ball. It's rolled out for a Solihull Moors goal kick though.
So good from Woking there, and it was Oyeleki who he did a lot of the initial good work, and then that final ball was just overhit and he immediately knew it, but it was good interplay, ball to feet with Moss, Oyeleki, Kellerman, and then the final overhit ball.
Fast play, wasn't it, really? Seems maybe that width won't be too much of a problem if they can repeat chances like that.
Well, I think if you haven't got the width, you've got to look to go sort of quick passing in midfield, and that's obviously what they were trying to do.
Absolutely. Simkin punting a goal kick forward for Solihull Moors now on this right hand side. Cuthbert tries to meet it. It's rolled all the way through. Solihull Moors have the ball just on this right hand side of the Woking penalty area. They resume position on the right wing now. It's sprayed all the way forward into Corboa. He's tried to head it down. They've lost possession though. Can Woking counter on this? It's in the middle. They've lost the ball and it's back with the opposition defence all the way back to Simkin. He plays a long one forward. Wilkinson, it's rolled all the way through to Jeskalainen in goal. Down to Dan Moss now. Dan Moss has found Kellerman on the right hand side. He's tried a dummy, he's lost possession though, maybe a bit clumsy from Kellerman. It's just bounced over Darren Sarle's head and it's out for a Solihull Moors throw in.
Good cover from Oyeleki, and already in this first, 5 or 6 minutes, you've really seen Manny Oyeleki get involved.
Yeah.
How long he has in the game, coming back from injury, we'll have to see. But obviously Jermaine Anderson on the bench, but it's been a positive start from him.
Absolutely, quite arguably Woking's best player so far. Casey's got it on this left-hand channel. He tries to find a long ball forward on the left-hand side for Corboa. However, that's too far as well. Simkin has it for Solihull Moors. Still with possession in Simkin. We're about 8 minutes into this National League fixture between Woking and Solihull Moors. You're listening to BBC Radio Surrey's matchday commentary. Cuthbert has met the long kick with a header into the centre. Oyeleki on the ball now. Woking with the ball in the centre of the pitch. On this left hand side with Bradshaw now. They're trying to find a way through the Solihull Moors defence. There's a long ball forward to Bradshaw. It hasn't quite made it. Corboa is on the left hand side of the box. He's got a little bit of space. Can he cut it back? Is there an option here? He's twisting, he's turning, but it's eventually found out by the defence. He's still on the ball on this left hand side. The cross has come in. Can it be met by Woking head? Cross down on the edge of the box. Kellerman is there, comes back to Oyeleki. Akinola on the ball now. Bradshaw tries to find a pass through. It's fallen. It could be a chance, and it's just gone out for a goal kick. A pass across the box, and almost Woking had their chance.
Yeah, great work by Woking. A couple of attacks there, really probing and trying to find that space. Good defence as well from Solihull. They were on their man, and they seemed to snuff out Ricky Corboa, but then he came back on the ball, and good work from Woking, and then corner to come.
But Woking with the corner now on the left hand side. Right hand goes up, whips in the ball. Is it met by a Woking header? And it's just almost looked like it was turned in by Wilkinson there, but it's gone out for a Solihull Moors goal kick. Not a bad spell these last 5 minutes.
No, excellent. And Solihull obviously come on a run of very good form, unbeaten in the league, and Woking have been a bit hit and miss this first few games, but certainly been on the front for this first 10 minutes.
That seemed a real chance. Simkin with probably about his 4th goal kick so far, just inside these first 10 minutes. He's absolutely scorching down at the Lathwaite Stadium. He's played it long down this right-hand side yet again. Cuthbert is trying to meet it. It's rolled all the way through now to Solihull Moors with a shot. And Will Jääskeläinen is there to meet it with a simple save in the end. But it was quite a powerful shot and a lot of space in behind goal.
Yeah, that was Matthew Warburton, and really was never particularly threatening, because I would say Jääskeläinen had it covered, but it was a direct pull forward. Warburton got the ball, let the shot fly, Jääskeläinen caught it, but it was a powerful shot.
Absolutely. Cuthbert heading it down on this other side. Casey trying to get it out of their defensive third. It's now in the centre of the pitch with Ammond. Ammond trying to close it down. Long ball forward by Solihull Moors. Cuthbert dropped back, but he's let it roll all the way down for a Woking goal kick. We're going to be updating our BBC Radio Surrey listeners very soon. Will Jääskeläinen with the Woking goal kick at the moment. Goal kick from Will Jääskeläinen. There we go. No room for Woking on this left-hand side. Well, I'm sorry, George, I can't quite do 2 goals, but there have been a couple of chances for both sides. We're in the 12th minute now, and it is still nil. A couple of chances where Solihull Moors came forward with some deadly passes, and all of a sudden, they're in behind of Woking's defence. Thank God on a few occasions, the linesman did put his flag up for Woking manager Darren Sarle's case. However, Woking have had a decent last 5 minutes. A couple of nice passes through the centre of the pitch, unlocking this Solihull Moors rigid defence, still the only unbeaten side in the National League side so far. Emmanuel Oyeleki, returning from injury, has been a crucial part to the creativity of this Woking side so far. We've got a free kick for Solihull Moors here, but at the moment, George, it is 0-0 and we're just in the 13th minute. There we go, Solihull Moors with a ball down this left flank here. Kelly on the ball. He's turning up to Wilkinson. Wilkinson trying not to let him slip through. He has done. The ball has come into the box, but it's gone back out. Bounced off Dan Moss for a corner. Kelly looks a tricky player here.
Yeah, great work there by Kelly. And for a moment, a stanchion was in the way, but he beat a couple of men, and then it went out for a corner. But for a moment, I was feeling there was going to be a dangerous ball coming in there.
We've got a long throw-in by the looks of it, by the run-up for Solihull Moors on this left wing here, just by the corner flag. Corboa trying to get in his way. It's come into the box now, long throw-in, but it's dribbled back out. Woking do have a chance to counter with Kellerman on this right-hand side. Looks like it's dribbled all the way back through to Solihull Moors keeper Simkin though. Simkin looking for an option. Woking really pushed up the pitch, trying to press this defence. A ball all the way forward in this right-hand side now. It's been headed back by Woking and back out for a throw-in.
Yeah, I don't want to tempt fate for Woking fans, but long throws and corners, Woking are really, I would say, among the best in the league for defending those, and then it's about the breakaway, and Porrick Amand was away really, but he couldn't quite get to the ball, and then it came back. Josh Casey header out, so sort of give and take there, I guess.
Well, here comes Simkin once again for the opposition. He's looking for that long ball forward once again. Wilkinson trying to meet it. They're going to relax, they're going to calm. It's gone all the way back to Will Jääskeläinen in goal.
Yeah, interesting that Solihull are really, whenever they can, they're going for quite a long ball there, and Kelly raising his arms, to the keeper, saying, "What am I meant to do with that?" But it's obviously, managers set up tactically before games, and they've obviously thought that's an approach to take particularly in the early stages.
Well, there have been a couple of chances where that ball has just dribbled through, and the heart is in your mouth a couple of times.
Yeah.
Were there chances against Maidenhead when that happened, or you spoke about the defensive rigidity that they've had in the last couple of games. Have you been seeing that today? Was it the same against Maidenhead?
No. Well, against Maidenhead, I would say they actually defended very, very well, but I think it was more a midfield challenge. I think Maidenhead, played very well. Played very direct. Maidenhead at Maidenhead is a real challenge. It's quite a steep slope. One half you can think, oh, this is easy, and then the next half you're suddenly up against it, and I think Darren Salas commented that they are very strong at their home ground. So in that sense, a lot of fans were saying, although you might say, well, Maidenhead, but actually a draw against Maidenhead at their own ground is pretty good, and they have a knack of really churning out the results. So I think I think it's been pretty impressive.
Long ball forward there, Corbowen nearly snatching on the end of that. Long ball forward from Woking. Their turn to have a go at the Solihull Moors defence, but it's dribbled back through to Simkin. Sorry to interrupt you there, Ian.
No worries. It's almost like a pre-season friendly. Partly the weather. It's largely the weather. It's like this should be August or July or something, and instead we're a week or two into September, and but it's you just hope the game doesn't run out of steam because of the amount of energy the players are giving out, really.
Absolutely, it's certainly been quite far paced. There's been a lot of long balls for these defenders and attackers to chase down both ends so far. We're still 0-0 just inside the 17th minute now. Woking possibly had a chance there to snatch on the end of a loose pass from Solihull Moors. Kellerman's trying to challenge this left back from the visitors. They've got the ball just inside the Woking half now on the left hand side. He's looking for a ball through to Kelly. He's through on goal now, 1-on-1 with Jaskalainen. A massive chance, and he slotted it under the legs of Roy Jaskalainen. It's 1-0 to Solihull Moors. That was some finish and some ball through.
Yeah, it was a well worked move there, out of nothing really, from midfield, from within their own half, and midfield players were coming forward, hard to tackle them because they were moving forward, and then suddenly the ball through to Kelly, and he took it so well and through Jaskalainen's legs, although I wouldn't say that Jaskalainen did anything wrong. I think he just came out and made himself big, and it just went under his legs. But it's from nowhere really, that goal from Solihull, and good goal.
Really was from nowhere. That's Josh Kelly's 4th goal this season. Quite the start he's having. Really did come from nothing. Just one pass, really nice pass, arrowed towards goal through this Woking defence. 1-on-1 with Jaskalainen. He's tried to close the space, tried to make himself as big as possible. It's just slotted straight under the keeper. Very composed from the Solihull Moors striker. Well, we're in the 18th minute. The opposition now have the lead. You're listening to BBC Radio Surrey. Still, there is a sense that there's still a way back in this for Woking. Stay tuned. Game is certainly not over yet. However, the possession with Woking is now Solihull Moors attacking down this right hand side. Woking trying to rush to get back. A challenge comes in there, and the referee blows the whistle. Seemed like a decent challenge, Ian?
That was harsh, I think. Well, I'm old, so going in for that sort of tackle. I mean, it wasn't a tackle from behind. It was sort of, and Manny Orleki did well. Referee's talking to him, which I think is ridiculous, but it's. And a yellow card, which is even more ridiculous. I think really he did well there to cover, go for the tackle. He won the ball, and there we go.
A little bit of discontent there as well between Kellerman and Ross. They're having a couple of issues defending down their right hand side. That was where the goal stemmed from, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's through that midfield, and I think it was Orleki trying to get the tackle. He couldn't without giving away the free kick, so he shadowed the player, and then the ball was through for
There's a free kick
Kelly.
for Solihull Moors now, though. They've got it in this right hand side. The ball comes into the box, and it's a huge chance there. Nearly got on the end of it, but it's Will Jaskalainen that has calmly collected it in the end. Almost sieved through that Woking defence once more. Everything just needs to calm down a little bit for Woking at the moment. Will Jaskalainen looking for a long option. Sprays it all the way forward, just inside the attacking third of the Moors defence. Potential handball there for Woking, just inside the Solihull Moors half.
Yeah, Zach Bradshaw puts his hand to his head, but it was definitely a free kick. Definitely handball. Got his upper arm, and
didn't seem like a natural position, did it?
No.
Not quite. Solihull Moors with the free kick. They've taken it early. They have it just inside the Woking half on the right wing. Yalecki jostling for possession. He hasn't got it back though. Josh Kelly's through on the right wing for Solihull Moors. Can he find an option in the box? He has done. There's a huge shot forward. He's offside. He did convert into that bottom left corner. But thankfully for Woking, that linesman's put his flag up.
Yeah.
Really, really fast-paced chance there again.
And again, we're seeing with Solihull. And again, it was Kelly. Kelly was the man who made the difference. A lovely little ball in, but and then we had Wolverton just putting the ball home. But it was it was offside. So thankful Woking there.
Woking let off for that one. Certainly struggling here in these opening 20 minutes. Really, it seems like there's just these quick passes through. This Woking defence really aren't helping them. There's a long ball forward from Jääskeläinen down this right-hand channel. Kellerman trying to meet it. He has. It's a lofted pass in the middle. It's fallen to Corboa. He's resumed possession over to Bradshaw. Corboa's trying to chase it down this left-hand side. And a huge penalty chance. And a penalty to Woking. A ball forward. Simkin absolutely clashed into Corboa. And the referee has had absolutely no second thoughts about it, Ian.
No, and it was, I was just about to say, I've been thinking the last few minutes, haven't seen much of Ricky Corboa there, but it's a tricky ball in. He was on it in the penalty area, got to it. I'd love to see the video, but he got his foot to it first. Keeper came out and took him out. So it's one of those where, well done, Ricky Corboa.
Fantastic pace from Corboa. Clashed down by Simkin then, absolutely no question in the mind of the referee. Standing over this ball now. Ammond.
It's interesting as Ammond comes up and prepares. Woking players aren't focused about the penalty. They're coming over to get liquid
they need
intake.
This water in this extreme heat. But Woking have a chance in the 22nd minute to equalise at the moment. Can they do it? Woking have a chance to get back into this game. Ammond steps up, right-footed. It's saved by Simkin and it's over the bar. A huge opportunity missed by Woking. The score remains 1-0 to Solihull Moors. Wasn't a great penalty, was it, Ian?
No, it was. He hit it low. Keeper went the right way. It wasn't in the corner and didn't have huge power. So the keeper got his hands to it, and then it bounced up and over the goal. So very disappointing for Woking fans, but well saved by Tommy Simkin.
Well, Woking have a chance to come back against that penalty miss. They've got Corboa just short on a corner. It's whipped in now at the front post, but it's cleared with a header back out to Dan Moss by the halfway line. He's looking for an option. Corboa's on his left, but he's found Kellerman on the right hand side. Kellerman back to Moss. Moss with a long ball forward down the left hand side, trying to find Ammond there. It's gone back out for a Solihull Moors goal kick. Couldn't quite reach that, couldn't quite glance it towards goal.
Good pressure from Woking, good to get back on the front foot after that penalty miss, which was so disappointing, and remains Solihull 1 ahead.
23 minutes into this first half. You're listening to BBC Radio Surrey's matchday commentary. We'll be updating our BBC Radio Surrey listeners very soon as well. There's a long ball forward from Woking. Well, unfortunately for Woking, Cameron, it did go the way of Solihull Moors. Chance really came from nothing down this left-hand side. Woking tried to get a challenge in, but it was a ball straight through the middle of Woking's defence in the end, where Josh Kelly, top scorer for Solihull Moors, joint top scorer, who bared down on goal with Jääskeläinen, very composed and slotted it through. There is a chance for Solihull Moors here, but Cuthbert is there to reach it. That was the opening goal for Solihull Moors. They opened the scoring through Josh Kelly, his 4th goal of the season. Woking, though, came straight back down the other end 5 minutes later. A quick ball forward for Corboa. He used excellent pace to chase down this ball. Couldn't quite make it, but Simkin instead absolutely clashed into Corboa. Referee, no second thoughts about it. Pointed to the penalty spot. It was a penalty for Woking. It was a big moment to equalise. Unfortunately, though, score remains 1-0 to Solihull Moors. The penalty from Ammond wasn't quite good enough. It wasn't in the corner, and Simkin matched it with a decent save and tipped it over the crossbar, quite luckily in the end. However, we are just into the 25th minute, Cameron. Unfortunately for Darren Sarle's side, it is still 1-0 to Solihull Moors against Woking.
And Mafuta there booked for Solihull. Seemed a bit aggrieved. It was a couple of players going in, but referee had no hesitation.
There's a free kick here for Woking. They've lobbed it into the Solihull Moors box. That's headed back out to the edge of the box though, and it's on the right hand side. It's trying to be chased down by Akinola. Couldn't quite get there. Dan Moss though picks it up just inside the Moors half. It's come back into the centre. Not the best of the balls, but it's found Casey. He's all alone, looking for options. Back down to Dan Moss, on this right hand side of the defence. He's played it to Kellerman. Kellerman looking for an option. Back into Wilkinson. Wilkinson down to Casey. Casey He's got Zach Bradshaw asking for a pass, but instead he's gone for Oyeleki. Oyeleki back to Cuthbert and then back out to Casey on this left-hand side. Casey is trying to find Corboa. It's had to be cleared quite well in the end. That could have been a dangerous opportunity down that left-hand side.
And we've got, is that a substitution or drink break? Drink break. The referee is.
No wonder. I don't know if you noticed, Ian, Darren Saul absolutely lashed his water bottle onto the floor just a minute ago. Not too happy with how the game's going so far.
No, he won't be. But it's
been a tricky first 25 minutes.
I don't want to defend the players or anything, but quite players coming off. Quite a couple of them. They're putting 3 or 4 of them. They're all putting wet blankets on their heads, taking in liquid, and really doing whatever they can to recover here.
Definitely. These conditions are one of a kind today here at the Laithwaite Stadium, seen Woking in Solihull Moors. Just in the 26th minute, we're at our drinks break because it is scorching over in Woking. It really is. You would not predict this kind of weather for the almost the middle of September, but we're in the 26th minute. You're listening to BBC Radio Surrey's matchday commentary of Woking versus Solihull Moors. Live National League action.
Actually, while we got a break, can I mention the sunflower lanyards that I know that are being given out around the ground today? If listeners aren't aware of sunflower lanyards, they're things that people wear when they've got a hidden disability. So if you ever see someone with a sunflower lanyard on, it could be they're hard of hearing, it could be all sorts of things really, and so it's the club has started a sort of initiative about recognising hidden disabilities, and certainly I know from several relatives and friends who've had challenges, and it can be very embarrassing if people can look at you and think, well, you're normal, and they're not aware that you're struggling with something. So well done to Woking on the Sunflower Initiative and the Sunflower Lanyards. If anyone sees a Sunflower Lanyard, have a bit of patience, and there's a reason people are wearing them.
Absolutely fantastic awareness there as well. They were giving them out earlier, I think.
That's
I was
right.
right in saying
Yeah,
fantastic.
That's right.
Fantastic, yes. These kind of conditions aren't always too clear to see. So I have an understanding. And that is fantastic initiative regardless from Woking. Soon be getting back underway. Woking do have a throw in down their left-hand wing. Looks like Casey will take it. We're into the 28th minute now. Still trailing by 1 goal to the visitors. Can they look for potentially a long throw-in? Can they look for a quick option? Zach Bradshaw trying to come short to Casey. It's thrown into Corbo though. He's got 2 players on him. He's been brought down. Bradshaw has it out on the edge of the box though. Kellerman now. Back to Oyeleki. Oyeleki down to the Casey on this left-hand side. Back to a 1-2. Back to Casey. He's almost through. Corbo on the edge of the box. It's nice play from Woking. A shot towards goal, but it's saved. Back out to the edge of the box. There's a fast shot from Corbo there. A nice piece of play from the home side.
Great work by Woking there, playing to feet, interaction, Oyeleki to Casey, quick throw now that we're following, and great shot by Corboa.
Woking certainly trying to build on this momentum. They've got Kellerman on the right hand side. It's brought into Corboa. He's playing excellently at the moment. It tried to roulette, it hasn't quite come off. Solihull Moors resume possession, tried to bring it forward. Josh Kelly's gone down, arguing that he couldn't get on the end of the pass due to a challenge from Wilkinson. Referee's having none of it though, and Dan Moss has resumed possession of a throw in into Cuthbert. What did you make of that, Ian?
Well, I thought Josh Kelly was going for it there really. He just turned and fell over, and Lou Wilkinson, who's been around a bit, just put his arms up and said, what was that about?
Well, it's been sprayed forward down this left hand side. Hammond not quite reached it. Corner, it's my mistake, goal kick for Solihull Moors now, I was thinking. That was a very nice passage of play. Woking had some real aggression in that attack there. Corboa potentially been the best player in this first half.
I would say in terms of possession, I mean, it's been a very even game. In terms of possession, Woking probably edged it. Some lovely play, but the clinical thing is taking the goal, and that's what Solihull have done, and they have their nose in front, and well done to them.
For a top striker as well, Josh Kelly was very composed with that opening goal. The home side do trail to Solihull Moors at the moment, coming just into the 30-minute mark now. You're listening to BBC Radio Surrey's match day commentary. There's a throw-in for Solihull Moors just on the halfway line, the right side of their defensive half. Trying to get it down this right wing. It's come in now. Cuthbert's trying to head it. It's tried to be flicks on. It's down this right hand side. Can Solihull Moors get a ball in? There's no one there to reach it though. And Jääskeläinen's done very well. However, the referee's calling for a back pass there.
Oh.
Moss has tried to give the ball back, or let the ball see through back to his goalkeeper. However, the referee has had none of it. He seems to think he's touched the ball. Well, Jääskeläinen then picks it up, and the referee has called for an indirect free kick very close to the Woking goal.
Well, I don't know what you thought of that, actually. I thought that was ridiculous. I think it was a ball across.
Didn't touch it at all,
to Woking. If he touched it, it was inadvertent. I mean, so many games you see semi-back passes that aren't given, and suddenly that's given as a back pass.
We do have to give it to Jay Ben though for Solihull Moors on this right side for getting that ball in. He did well to get that pass.
No, it was a good ball in, but there were no Solihull players within 15 yards probably.
Regardless, really close to this Woking goal now. On the left-hand side of the 6-yard box, Solihull Moors have an indirect free kick. Woking have got 6 players, standing behind Will Jääskeläinen. A huge chance for the visitors to double their lead. Josh Kelly is standing just to the right. He's looking for that layoff to then blast it into the net. Huge moment just in the 32nd minute. We're waiting for the referee's whistle. Can Woking defend this? Can they hold on? Keep the scoreline just at 1-0. Many anticipated Woking fans behind the goal. Can they keep this out? Huge chance. 6 players behind Will Jääskeläinen. And it's played in. It's a shot, and it's just gone past the left-hand side. Just past the post. In the end, it was a wasted chance. Didn't bother those 6 defenders at all in.
Yeah, in those situations, you got, eight players on the 6-yard line, another 2 or 3 in the penalty area. And you've just got to take your chance and hit it, which Matthew Warburton did, and was wide of the post. But I do think it would have been a travesty if anything had come from that, because I really didn't think it was a bizarre incident.
Darren Saar wouldn't have been too happy with that one if that ended up in the back of the net.
No.
To say the least. Cuthbert has the ball now. Over to Wilkinson. Wilkinson inside to Oyeleki. He's being pressed here by the Solihull Moors attack. He's turned away nicely down to Casey though on the left channel. He's tried to find Bradshaw. Bradshaw has picked up the ball. Very calm on the ball, Bradshaw has been throughout this game. Cuthbert now on the ball for Woking. He's found Kellerman. Kellerman looking for Moss. A long ball down this right hand side. He's picked the ball up straight back to Wilkinson. Can Woking pick out a player? Can they thread through the Solihull Moors defence? Cuthbert now. Casey on the left hand channel. Back to Cuthbert. They need that movement. They need that run. A long ball forward from Cuthbert. He's tried to find Corboa. It nearly leaks all the way through to Ammond. Solihull Moors headed it back across though. Here comes Casey on this left hand side. He's tried to find Corboa. Corboa somehow hung onto it on the left wing. It's a tricky situation for Woking. Casey's got a nudge in the back. He's on the ball now. Back to Corboa. The two doing very well. Casey's nudged back the Solihull Moors opponent, and the referee's had none of that. When before he didn't blow his whistle, Ian.
No, Woking fans will know Josh Casey well. In the past, he used to go very easily, but there he went through. That was a foul, and wasn't given. And then a minute or so later, it was given to Solihull. But it was a tight play by the touchline, and in the end, it comes out with a Solihull free kick, which Tommy Simkin will take.
And that's been taken down the right wing. A long ball forward. Cuthbert has met it though. He's come back into the centre for the opposition. Canola's done really well to resume possession. Woking have a chance on the counter now. Through Kellerman. Down the right hand channel for Ammond. Can he keep it in? And he hasn't done. Almost a very big chance for Woking.
Yeah, frustrating there. Good work by Akinola, and Kellerman came onto the ball. Ball out wide for Ammond, but just overhit really.
Solihull Moors with the throw in now, with their left back on the left hand side of their defence. It's thrown forward, headed down, potentially a handball in there for Woking. Kellerman's kicks it back towards the Solihull Moors back line, and that's been flicked out for a throw in the end. The referee's decided for Woking, just ahead of the halfway line on the right side of the pitch. Dan Moss with the throw in. It's got Oyeleki to the left of him. It's been thrown down the right hand side It's jostled between teams, but it's been kicked back to Wilkinson. He can calmly receive the ball. He's got Cuthbert with him, and it's gone back to Cuthbert now in the centre of the defence. All the way down to Casey. Woking shifting it from right to left. Casey now looking for that decisive option. Back to Cuthbert. Wilkinson looking for that final pass. Kellerman now. Back to... Tried to find it back to Mossy. Somehow kept a hold of the ball for Oyeleki. There's a potential foul in there. The referee has had none of it, despite a lot of calls from Woking. In the end, it seems like he's given a throw in to Woking. They've taken it quickly to Corboa now. Over to Kellerman. They're calling for a foul again. It's another throw in for Woking. Further up that touchline now. Dan Moss. He's found Corboa. Corboa touched it down. Kellerman's there in support. He's run through. He's tried a backheel to Kellerman. He has found him. But it's not the best situation for Woking. They're tucked into this corner flag on the right hand side. It's come back, swung in from Woking. There's a header potentially there to meet it, but it's dribbled down to the left wing. Casey keeps it in play though. Almost a chance for Woking for a glancing header. It's Zach Bradshaw now, and back to Casey on the left wing. Casey tried to nip past his opponent. It's been cleared, and all the way back to Cuthbert in defence. A nice spell there, Ian.
Yeah, good, very good pressure from Woking. Couple of shouts really for free kicks or whatever that weren't given, but it's good pressure. Eventually, Casey and Bradshaw down in the corner, and they're on different wavelengths. And Casey played the ball, which Bradshaw wasn't really anticipating.
No, not in the end. I've been impressed by Bradshaw's effort though. His work rate so far he's been trying to get onto those final passes, even when they've been a bit too heavy. He's still putting in the yards.
Yeah, and he's been excellent since he joined. Obviously, at the Gateshead game was the first game.
The Solihull Moors trying to open up this Woking defence here, and it's almost found Warburton through on goal, but Will Jääskeläinen in the end is calmly collected.
Classic away team, really, particularly when you're 1-0 ahead. You know, you defend deep, suck up the pressure, and then look to hit on the attack. But that one was just too ambitious. That
back line has potentially gone from a 3 to a 5 now. They're really potentially trying to soaking up that player and then just look for that one pass that will set them through on goal. Corboa has it for Woking this left hand side. He's darted forward. Bradshaw now. Casey. These three have looked dangerous in this half. Casey now through to Amund. Amund looking at that pass to Corboa. He hasn't found it. Just outside the edge of the box. Woking trying to keep hold of the ball. Oyeleki now. Oyeleki flick down to Bradshaw. As calls for a foul in, the Solihull Moors defender clashes into Bradshaw. And this could be quite a strong chance to cross it in here.
Yes, dangerous position out on the Woking left, so you're swinging and in-swinging free kick. Often puts the defence in a bit of uncertainty, as the ball, and the keeper's in a bit of uncertainty. You feel this game is just waiting for, Solihull defending well. They've got the nose in front, but it's just waiting for Woking to get back on level terms, and then it will all open up again.
Absolutely. Standing over it is Oyeleki. Can he find an option at the back stick? Woking are still trailing 1-0. 38 minutes into this first half. Oyeleki now whips it into the back stick. Can it be met? Cuthbert's there, and it's almost found its way through. Cuthbert clapping his hands in anger. Dribbled out for a Solihull Moors goal kick in the end.
Yeah, good ball in by Oyeleki. Whipped in, and really, you want to ask, why did it go straight out for a goal kick without a defender or an attacker getting their foot to the ball, and just looking for someone to sort of gamble a little bit.
Let's come back. We've got about 6 minutes left this first half before added time. Woking still looking for that equaliser after Josh Kelly opened the scoring for Solihull Moors. You're listening to BBC Radio Surrey's matchday commentary. This National League fixture. Corboa jostling for the ball, but it's gone out for a throw-in now for the opposition. James Clark looks to take the throw-in. There we go. This weather is unprecedented for these players. It's absolutely scorching, and the throw-ins come down to Casey. He's headed it into the middle here. It's been flicked on. Kellerman's tried to reach it. He's gone in with a challenge, but a ball forward over to Warburton now. So Josh Kelly, my mistake, on this right hand side. Cuthbert, he's done well, really well against Kelly there. It's bounced off the corner flag. It's gone out for a throw-in to the visitors.
Yeah, Cuthbert covering Kelly well there as the ball bounced forward, but it's as far down the pitch as you can go, hitting the corner flag and going out for a throw-in.
Not too often that happens, certainly. Solihull Moors. James Osborne, their captain now. with the throw-in. Can they get it in the box? It's thrown into the penalty area. It's headed back out by Woking though. Can they get the ball forward? Corbeau with an excellent turn. He's been brought down. Really strong pull on the
that
shirt.
should be a yellow card.
Absolutely. Woking were very close to breaking through with a counter-attacking chance.
And it is a yellow card, yeah. Yeah, and what we've seen from both those long throws is Woking have won them comfortably and they're away. And their Corbeau was away and pulled back.
Solihull Moors have tried it with the same player on both sides now as well. They're trying to exploit Woking with their captain Jamie Osborne with a long throw-in, but it hasn't worked both times, rightly said by yourself, Ian. Here's a free kick for Jääskeläinen though. Halfway through his half, it's down to this right-hand side. Ammons tried to reach it, it's almost made its way back through. So ball forward, Wilkinson's found it. He's booted it forward up towards his attackers. It's into the middle now. Dan Moss headers it back towards Zach Bradshaw. Zach Bradshaw trying to race down this left-hand side, trying to recover that ball. It's the visitors that have possession now on their right-hand side of the defence. It's come through to Corbeau. It's a sloppy pass though. He's got a lot of space in the middle of the pitch. He's tried to find Oyeleke through. That could have been a strong chance. Oh, tried the reverse pass there, Ian.
Yeah, good work there. And
here comes Casey.
Away.
Casey on the ball. Solihull Moors did well. They've got a lot of players back at the moment. It really is, at the moment, all 11 players behind the ball. Zach Bradshaw, though, does well to hold onto the ball in the middle of the pitch. He's got a bit of space. Akinola. Oyeleke. Looking for an option. Casey has got the ball on the left-hand side. It's down to Bradshaw on this wing. Used his strength well. He's kept the ball on the left wing. Calls for a Solihull Moors throw-in, and the referee's given it.
Yeah, good play by Woking. Yeah, they're looking to probe but really not really. Solihull are defending in depth. Now they've got their noses in front. They're really defending deep, and it's down to Woking to break them down. Really,
it seems like the Woking is. The momentum is with Woking at the moment. 1-0 down. Just 3 minutes from the 45th minute now. Zach Bradshaw over to Kellerman. Corbeau on the left wing. Darted inside. Nice play from him. It's fallen to Kellerman. This is a nice play from Woking, but a nice challenge to meet it from the Solihull Moors defence. It's come all the way back to Jääskeläinen and calls from the Woking fans to get this ball forward. They want this equaliser desperately before half-time. Still 1-0 to Solihull Moors. It's come to Corbeau. Back to Cuthbert now. Dan Moss in a lot of space in this right-hand side. Kellerman not really making the movement though. Wilkinson now. Cuthbert. Trying to move a little bit, advance a bit down into this Solihull Moors side. Corbeau's tried the 1-2 with Casey. He hasn't pulled it off. Solihull Moors really sitting back now. Cuthbert over to Akinola, down to Dan Moss. Kellerman. Wilkinson. Kellerman in the right back position now. Wilkinson looking for an option down the right hand side. He presses forward into the centre. Over to Corbeau. Can he find a pass? A decisive pass maybe. But it's been kicked back out by the Solihull Moors defence. You can tell Woking are desperate for this equaliser before half time.
Yeah, they're playing very well, Woking. I mean, bizarrely, missed penalty and a goal conceded, but they really have been very positive and very impressive this half, I would say. And
despite
just haven't really found that moment to snatch a goal.
Despite this heat, they've really come with the energy in these last 5 minutes.
Yeah, they have. Yes, they have.
Wilkinson now with the ball. Over to Kellerman on the right hand side. He's missed the ball though. Anger from the Woking bench there. Just giving away possession to the visitors. Visitors that lead heading into half time, 1-0.
Yeah.
So throw in to Solihull Moors. Woking, they could build on this momentum heading into the second half. They have played exceptionally well during these last 10 minutes now. The heat scorching down.
You can see there's a reason why Solihull are unbeaten. I mean, their defence has been very, very solid this first half.
Mm-hmm.
Forget the goal, because the goal could have been cancelled out with a penalty, but the defence has been very, very good.
Very good indeed. Potentially still away into this game for Woking now. Wilkinson has hit the ball forward long to Corbeau. He's jostling for the ball. It's been brought down and all the way back to Wilkinson. He's knocked it back to Jääskeläinen in goal for the home side. Cuthbert now. Huge shouts from down Seoul there get the ball forward. Cuthbert over to Wilkinson. 6 minutes added time, plenty of time for Woking to get back into this game. Kellerman now, he's lost out on possession though. Warburton has it for Solihull Moors. Now into Osborne with the captain, into the centre of the pitch. He's been brought down by Kellerman. The referee's having none of it. A lot of chance for Woking to push forward now. Zach Bradshaw to Kellerman, back to Bradshaw. Can Woking capitalise on the mistake? And Bradshaw's tripped over the ball. And Solihull Moors have the ball once more on the right hand side. Could have been a big chance there for Bradshaw. It's nice for Makanola to win back possession. Wilkinson down to Dan Moss. He's got a lot of space on the right hand side of his half. Back to Wilkinson. Over to Casey. Bradshaw's telling him to go back. And he has done to Cuthbert. To Bradshaw. Down to Casey, just inside of this Solihull Moors half. Over to Ammond back to Cuthbert. Had a lot of the ball recently. He's trying to cut open this opposition that's really sitting back at the moment. Wilkinson tried to squeeze through to Corbo. He has found him just outside of the defensive line. He's potentially been tripped. The referee sees that as a fair tackle. Ian?
Yeah, no, I think it probably was. But Corbo, whenever he gets the ball, he hasn't seen a huge amount, but he is dangerous because he's so quick-footed and he can make something happen. But there he was clobbered, as they say, and fairly so, in my opinion.
Well, he won that penalty earlier on, didn't he? Used his pace really well to get into that.
Yeah, he's done very well this season.
Very well indeed. Dan Moss into Corboa, back to Dan Moss. Can he find a long ball forward to Ammond? Ammond has headed it back. Almost find Kellerman. Kellerman on the right wing now, jostling for the possession. Corboa has picked it up to Moss. Over to Corboa. Nice play from Woking. Can they press? But Moors have resumed possession. Kellermore. Now Akinola with a ball into the box. It's a weak one though. Solihull Moors capitalise on that error. Casey though on the left wing. Got possession back for Woking. Cheers from the Woking fans. Can they get back into this game just before half time? Casey pressing down the left wing. Past one potentially, and he's lost out. And Solihull Moors with a strong defence again have cleared it.
Yeah, Josh Casey left with very little option then but to take on the defender, and he's not a winger. He's very good out wide and he can create things with another player, but he was unable to make anything happen there. But now with Luke Wilkinson to Dan Moss. Over to Kellerman. Now to Ammond on the right wing. A little bit of space now. He's looking for a pass. He's crossed it into Corboa, but it's been met with a headed clearance. Down to Oyeleki. Oyeleki's trying to find a man. It's now with the Solihull Moors right back in Jay Ben. He's trying to just calm down his team. Solihull Moors desperate to get to this half-time break ahead. They've got it with Jay Osborne in the middle of the pitch, down to the left-hand side in Cade Craig. Back into Warburton. Couple of options. Woking trying to regain possession. Solihull Moors, unfortunately for Woking's case, have kind of taken the sting out of the game on the ball now. Yeah, they've managed it well. It's been, in that sense, it's been very professional. You have to say particularly the last 20 minutes, it's been all Woking in terms of possession, pressure, but unable to make chances because Solihull have defended well and Solihull have taken their one chance.
It's great composure from Josh Kelly to come to think about it.
It was.
Four goals.
No, it was. It was a well taken goal.
Well taken indeed. Dan Moss down to Kellerman. Can he create something in these final minutes now? We're into added time. About 2 minutes left before the half-time period. It's come all the way back to Jeskelainen. Jeskelainen now. Searching for that man. Kellerman's pointing to the right wing. Is there a potential long ball forward down that side? He's opted for the left-hand channel instead to Ammond. Ammond headers it inside. It's found Bradshaw. He's done well to hold on to that. Casey now. Casey into Oyeleki. Oyeleki's looking up. He's looking for that key pass. Dan Moss on his own on this right-hand side. Back to Wilkinson. In the middle now, Ammond. He's lost out again to Solihull Moors. It's such an organised defence. Back to Wilkinson. Agonising for Woking at the moment. Down to Dan Moss. He's got a bit of space, but he hasn't been able to keep it on. Andy Wing clapping to the fact that there's another throw into Solihull Moors.
Yeah, and Luke Wilkinson saying, and he slaps his thigh in frustration that there was a ball back to him there, but Dan Moss, their turn, trying to make something happen, I think, and it was just overhit and out for a Solihull throw.
Which they've taken down this left-hand side. Dan Moss excellently met it with head, and Hammond is through on this right-hand side. That could be a decisive moment. He's flicked it inside. Tried to keep it down, but it's been passed all the way back to Tommy Simkin. So frustrating. Corboa now. A lot of space on this right-hand side. He's played it into the middle. Potential strike. It's been cleared in the end. Another fantastic piece of defending by the visitors.
Great work there by Scott Cuthbert, intercepting the clearance straight through to Ricky Corboa, who then ball across. No one there to receive it, or struggling to receive it, but Solihull grateful, I think, to put it out for a corner.
We'll update our BBC Radio Surrey listeners in just a moment. Casey now stands over this corner. Can Woking get back into this game? Casey whips it in. It's gone towards the back stick. Is it a little bit too deep? Akinola trying to get it back into the mixer. Oyeleki there to meet it. He's headed it down. It's been headed back out by Solihull Moors. Cuthbert now on the edge of the box, trying to find that decisive pass. It's back out to Akinola. Akinola, a long ball down to the right hand side. Can Casey meet it? Casey's been nudged. It's a potential penalty. The referee waves away his hand. He hasn't agreed with that. Casey was potentially pushing the back, and that is half time. It's ended 1-0 to Solihull Moors in this first half of the Laithwaite Stadium. That is literally just blown for half time here, George, at the Laithwaite Stadium. Unfortunately for Woking, though, they do go into the first half trailing by a goal. It was Josh Kelly that opened the scoring earlier on. A really composed finish under Will Jaskilainen in to open the scoring. And since then on, George, this has been an extremely frustrating half for Darren Sarr's home side. They've had a few chances, a few little passes that have chinked through this very organised Solihull Moors defence. The first real one, of course, was that penalty early on. Corboa taken down in the box. In the end, though, it wasn't a decent strike from Hammond. It was Tommy Simkin matched it with a save, and he tipped it over the crossbar, much to Darren Sarr's frustration, who threw his water bottle to the ground. Woking have had plenty of other chances early on, and just before you joined us, just before the half-time whistle was blown, Josh Casey, captain for Woking side today, was potentially brought down in the Solihull Moors box. The referee waved it off though and didn't give it to the home side on that occasion. However, Woking seem to have the momentum for this last 20 minutes or so, and potentially, if they can bring that into the second half, could see a goal against the Solihull Moors side. However, at the moment, they do trail to a very, very organised visiting team. It is 1-0 to Solihull Moors versus Woking at the moment. Well, we're back for this second half of Woking versus Solihull Moors in the National League. The score at the moment is 1-0 to the visitors. Josh Kelly scoring his fourth goal of the season and slotting it under Will Jaskilainen in a one-on-one chance. Woking went on to miss a penalty later on through Patrick Hammond. They then had plenty of chances. Corboa breaking down, or doing his best to break down this Solihull Moors defence, but it has been extremely organised under this September heat, Ian.
It has. It's been, Solihull have defended in a very organised fashion, defended well. Just noticed that substitution for Woking with Jermaine Anderson coming on to replace Jim Kellerman, who may be carrying a little bit of a knock, I don't know, but certainly it'll be interesting to see Kellerman, Anderson and Oyeleki together in the centre of midfield. Obviously Rowan Ince missing, Matt Robinson on the bench, and then the Kellerman coming off at half time. So
what do you think was the message from Darren Sarr at half time? Because Woking have had their chances.
I think I'm looking as well at the comments and things, in some ways saying Woking have edged that half really, but it was just that one goal and then struggling to up front in that final third to make it count.
It's just the case of keep pushing for this home side here today at the Laithwaite Stadium. Play is now underway for the second half.
Obviously for Woking, big miss is Grego Cox and Reece Brown. Two primary alongside Porrick Hammond, the long, primary sort of attacking players, and they they're missing, and
considering they are missing as well, they've created a lot of strong chances. But Solihull Moors have it now on this right wing. Oyeleki trying to close down his man. He's fallen over. It's gone back out for a throw. There's a little bit of a tussle there.
Oyeleki won the throw there. Good. He's looked very composed on the ball, very good on the ball. You can tell he's got league experience and didn't overcommit. Shadowed his man and then won the throw.
Casey with the throw now. It's thrown forward into the middle. Tried to reach Ammond, but it's headed back. Oyeleki over to Ammond. Maybe a clash of heads there, but regardless, Casey will take the throw-in for Woking. Can Woking change things around? Zach Bradshaw now on our side. He made a couple of chances in that first half. Casey now. Long throw forward, down the wing. Headed back into the middle. Akinola's there to meet it. He's put it there back to Dan Moss. He's found Akinola now. Jermaine Anderson, my mistake. Anderson. He's played it out wide to Moss. Moss back to Anderson. It's actually gone to Corboa. That's a nice move there. Corboa darting into the centre, eyeing up a shot, but he's played it down to Casey on this hand side. Promising from Woking at the moment. Casey trying to eye up his option. Darren Searle screaming to go down the wing. He's tucked it inside instead to Bradshaw. Bradshaw crossed it into the back Stoke. It could be met by Woking head, but it's gone just out for a goal kick to Solihull Moors. Jermaine Anderson claiming Solihull Moors got a touch on that. Dribbled out for
I think that was ambitious. I think it was a good move. Good ball in, and Anderson got his head to it, but I don't think he caught anyone else. But you see what Jermaine Anderson brings. Whenever he gets the ball, he's sort of twisting and turning and looking to play it forward, which I always like. I mean, it doesn't always come off, and he gets a bit of stick for it. But if he comes, but he's looking to make something happen.
We will update our BBC Radio Surrey and Sussex listeners in just a moment. Solihull Moors have a throw-in with Clark just on the halfway line, just in front of Woking manager Darren Searle. And it's gone all the way down to Cuthbert. Cuthbert sees it out for a goal kick to Woking. Need a little bit more of that momentum than they just had. A good start to this second half. Eskalainen to Wilkinson. Wilkinson. Long ball forward. Ammond meets it with a head, flicks it onto Bradshaw. Bradshaw trying to reach it on this left-hand side. It's kicked back down towards Casey. Casey just on the halfway line. Cuthbert now sprays it down the left wing. Bradshaw tries to flick it on, but it's dealt with by Clark in the end. It's a throw-in for Woking. Darren Searle calling for energy. Casey with the throw-in. Halfway into the Solihull Moors half. Corboa now. Shielding off the ball, doing well, turning over to Casey. Casey, can he get the ball into the box? Bradshaw on the edge of the box now. Back down to Casey. Casey to Corboa. It's kicked it back out in the end. Dealt with nicely by Solihull Moors. That rigid defence kicking in again. Casey is the throw-in on the left-hand wing. He's tried to get it to Akinola. He has done. Akinola composing the ball, looking for the 1-2 with Casey. Hasn't quite pulled it off, and it's sprayed all the way back down to Jääskeläinen. Woking having the stronger chances in this opening second half at the moment. Over to Ammond. Ammond, Bradshaw's brought it down. He's on the edge of the box now. Can he find some space? Can he even get a shot on goal? And he's gone for it, and it's eventually glanced over the bars. Good that he had the confidence, but out of the stadium in the end, Ian.
Yeah, good work. Darren Searle applauding there. Woking quite direct. Jääskeläinen came to Bradshaw, took a shot. He came to Woking as a lone central defender, so that was probably a central defender's shot, but it's but good. And you feel this may well be the pattern for this half, that Woking are going to press and Solihull are going to trust their defence, and if they hold out, all well and good. But it's
there's 3 strong chances already now as Casey looks to recover the ball down by his corner flag with the Woking half. He's cleared it forward. Solihull Moors though have it on the edge of the box. It's cleared well in the end by Oyeleki. Bradshaw meets it with a header. It's gone back out for a throw-in for Woking now. Andy Wing not giving the ball to Casey. A little bit of action there in the dugout. Yeah, he's thrown it into Corboa though. Corboa tries to dart past one. Solihull Moors seen it out for a throw-in though. What was going on down there, Ian?
That was never out. The throw given against Corboa there. It was in. It was on the line, and then it went to a Solihull player, but the linesman gave it another way, but everyone up in arms about that. But hey-ho.
These Woking fans hasn't quite gone their way just yet. However, we still have 40 minutes left of this second half. Still plenty of chances as Corbett brings it down. Nice, does well to try and turn it. He's potentially been brought down there. And Solihull Moors have possession with Clark now. Simkin sprays it forward into the centre. Wilkinson headers back. Tries to find Corboa on the left wing. Corboa here pressed the ball. I don't know if he'll make it though. It's eventually found its way back to Simkin. He's sprayed long. Wilkinson meets it with a header again. Cuthbert does well to meet it. Let's put it out for a throw-in for the opposition with James Clark. James Clark looking for an option now for the visitors. You're listening to BBC Radio Surrey's matchday commentary for Woking versus Solihull Moors. The current score is 1-0 to the visitors, as the opposition have another throw-in further up this right-hand side now with James Clark. Mafuta now. He's picked up the ball, a little bit of space, but Ammon's done well to meet him. Akinola, excellently well. Can Woking play the advantage here with the counter? They've got it down to Dan Moss. On the right-hand side, he's just pressed into this Solihull Moors half. He continues to press down the wing. He plays it inside, and it's gone to no one in there. And a huge wasted opportunity, Ian.
Yeah, and everyone's eyes on the referee there, whether the kick was being taken. But Ammond on the ball now.
Ammond down to Dan Moss. Dan Moss to Akinola. Back to Dan Moss. Wilkinson. Dan Moss now. Here comes Akinola. He's returned it to Dan Moss. Chance to get the ball in the box. It's been blocked by the Solihull Moors defender. Cleared back out to Wilkinson. Woking have the momentum at the moment. Can they press on against this strong, organised defence in Solihull Moors? Still unbeaten in the National League so far. We will update our BBC Radio Surrey listeners very soon. Cuthbert now. Wilkinson. Long ball forward down the left channel. Ammon's trying to reach it, but James Clark's done well to header it back. Here comes Corboa, holding onto the ball nicely. Arms all over the man. He's screamed for a free kick. Woking fans not happy either. Dan Moss now. Oyeleki. Jermaine Anderson. Here comes Casey. He whips it into the back stick. Jermaine Anderson potentially meeting with a header. It's been headed in. Ammond is free. A lot of space. He strikes it into goal for Woking. Brought it down excellently by Ammond. There's no flag from the linesman, and it is 1-1 here at the Laithwaite Stadium. Fantastic for Darren Searle's side. Ammond did superbly well. Great composure there, Ian.
Yeah, really, really good, and a powerful header. I think it was Jermaine Anderson coming in, but powerful header. Fell to Porrick Ammond, and he took his time, hit it home, no messing, and fully deserved for that pressure in the first 15 minutes of this half. And it's been all Woking, and it'll be interesting to see how Solihull respond, whether they now come out a little bit more, because they've been defending quite deep, trusting on their defensive organisation to sort of handle it, and there it was opened up, and it's just been waiting for that. And so now for fans, it's game on.
And the agony is no more. The chants are now coming out from the Woking fans. They're straight back into this game. It is game on indeed. They've had 11 players at sometimes sitting behind the ball, Ian, and now this game could be flipped on its head. If Woking keep up this momentum, they could have themselves ahead. James Osborne now with Solihull Moors. He's flicked it through though. They've got a chance up the other end. He shoots and it's hit the post. A huge chance for Solihull Moors. Cuthbert now though, trying to get it clear. He's played it back to Casey. Casey clears. What an opportunity for Solihull Moors to put themselves ahead right away again. Corboa twisting and turning in the centre of the pitch. Dan Moss now. Woking being jeered on up the pitch. Bradshaw in heaps of space at the far post. A ball flies into Ammond. Ammond now through. He's been brought down potentially. The referee waves it off though. Simkin has the ball back for Solihull Moors. The referee is absolutely having none of it. There's a ball forward from Jermaine Anderson. Porrick Ammond nearly getting on the end of it. He was essentially brought down by that Solihull Moors defender, but in the end it was a no from the referee. Woking certainly back on top of this game already. It's a Poor ball down to Josh Kelly. Casey has the throw in.
What was interesting before that was the Solihull attack, really, that from nowhere suddenly they're back on the front foot and hit the post, and you suddenly realise, wow, the game can change either way. And
what a second half we're having.
No, it's been a great start.
Superb. Hammond trying to flick it onto Corboa. That's been met though well. Hammond getting it through to Corboa one more. He's trying to flick it onto J. Man Anderson. Simkin has it again for Solihull Moors. Simkin, long ball forward. He's been met with a lot of cheers from those Woking fans behind Simkin though. They're piling on the pressure. Well done from Dan Moss to get in the challenge on this right hand side. That's met with huge applause from the Woking fans. Oyeleki to Hammond. Now to Dan Moss. Dan Moss does well to stay on the ball. Good composure. Jermaine Anderson now. It's with Wilkinson. He's looking for an option. He's sprayed it down to Casey. It's a backwards pass. He might not make it. He has in the end. Not quite the pass that Woking were looking for, but they've got it with Casey just past by the halfway line on the left side. Cuthbert now. Casey's making that darting one on the left wing. Cuthbert ignores it. Goes to Wilkinson instead. Wilkinson. He plays the long ball forward. Can Hammond meet it? Hammond tried to flick it onto Casey, and it's been seen out in the end for a goal kick to Solihull Moors.
Wow, this is a anything goes game now. It could go either way, really.
Quite the second half.
But Woking, you have to say, in the first half, even though they were 1-0 down, and in the second half, regardless of the hit post, have been on top.
Well, they've continued that momentum, haven't they? They brought it right back into them as the second half.
Yeah.
It must have been a stay as you are, keep pushing message from Darren Searle. And it's got the Laithwaite Stadium rocking as well. They're right behind their team. This could easily be turned on their head. It's a reminder as well. Solihull Moors won every single away game that they played this season as well.
Yeah.
And the only side unbeaten in the National League.
Yeah, no, they've started very well, and very surprisingly, really, 2 years ago they were brilliant. They were last year they were my favourites for promotion, believe it or not, and really underachieved, and it never happened. But they've started this season very, very well.
Very well indeed. Osborne on the ball now for those visitors. He sprays it down to the right wing. A cross comes in. Can it be met? And it has been, but it's been glanced way too far left of the Woking goal. And Will Jeskalainen will resume with a goal kick. We'll be giving our live updates for BBC Radio Surrey listeners as well too. Got a man down at the moment. Man down for Woking. Trying to figure out who it is. Can you see him? Good moment for a drinks break though. Regardless, it's Oyeleki down for Woking at the moment. That's not a good sign, is it?
Is it Oyeleki?
Return from training, from injury.
No, it's not Oyeleki. It's. I'm just having a look here.
It's number 18. There seems to be a mistake on the team sheet that we're looking at.
If it's number 18, I'm looking at my team sheet, which has got Oyeleki at 21. But I'm looking up and down it. Yeah, it probably is Oyeleki.
Regardless, these teams taking these chances to get their refreshments and getting the wet towels on their foreheads because the weather is absolutely scorching at the Laithwaite Stadium. It is 1-1, 60th minute here. You're listening to BBC Radio Surrey. It's National League commentary.
I just want to add here that this isn't our mistake. It's the team sheets we've had that have got
absolutely not. No,
Emmanuel Oyeleki at 21 and. His number starts with a 1. Anyway, hopefully he will recover soon. And all the players taking a lot of fluid. And Darren Searle saying a lot to his team.
Definitely having strong words there with Casey. We will update our BBC Radio Surrey listeners in just a moment. Elsewhere, whilst we have this drinks break. Elsewhere at the moment, 0-0. Between Oldham and Dorking, 0-0 between the Aldershot and AFC Clyde. Crawley Town are leading 2-1 against Newport County in League 2. Adam Campbell the goal scorer. Half an hour left, still plenty of time to Woking to get ahead, to get this Laithwaite Stadium rocking once again. Looks like a substitution for Woking.
Yeah, Matt Robinson,
our BBC Radio So, well, I'm delighted to tell you, Cameron, that they finally had their goal in the end. It was Parik Amund that chested the ball down superbly with a nice composed finish, and then almost half volleyed, scissor kicks it home through, much to the jubilation of the Laithwaite Stadium. So yes, it is now 1-1. They have that goal. They pushed through from the end of the first half with that huge momentum. They pushed through into the second half. They had about 3 or 4 chances. They were unlucky towards the beginning of this second period, but in the end it was Amund who got that equaliser. He then came up the pitch again. He almost doubled the scoring, and that is the problem for Solihull Moors at the moment. Woking have this superb momentum just after the drinks break here, because by the way it is boiling, but they have this superb momentum that they're really pushing onto Solihull Moors at the moment, and they're coming forward with a nice header. It's been brought down, it's into the area, but it's been cleared in the end. But it is 1-1 with half an hour to go here at the Laithwaite Stadium, Cameron. Casey, it's been brought down, tried to whip towards the back post, but it's no one there to meet it just yet. Matt Robinson now on the pitch there.
Yeah, Robinson coming from Moyaleki, and Matt Robinson's first touch overhit, but
Oyeleki.
Good pressure from Woking.
Oyeleki just coming back from injury. A smart substitution, would you say, from Darren Searle, trying to preserve his man?
Whether he's picked up an injury or whether it's simply, I was a little bit surprised he came out for the second half. I thought in this heat, I thought he might well just do one half and then change with Anderson, who's also coming back from injury, but he went down there, and Robinson has played every other game this season, I think.
Yes, he has. He has played every single game so far. There's a long header forward now. Corboa will chase it and calmly pass back to Simkin, though. Huge cheers every time Simkin's on the ball. This Laithwaite Stadium trying to put off Simkin in goal for Solihull Moors. Amund trying to reach it. It's picked up by Jermaine Anderson in the end. He's got Dan Moss overlapping. He's trying to sprint down this right wing. Can he create something for the home side? Can Woking get ahead in this game? They were behind for so long, but can they flip it on their head? It's gone back to Wilkinson. Luke Wilkinson looking for a ball forward. He's tried to reach Corboa, headed away by James Clark. Bradshaw back to Cuthbert.
Good play by Bradshaw there, lovely touch.
Superb. Casey almost losing out, trying to calm things down. Solihull Moors potentially an attack through the middle, but it's been cleared. Headed back into the middle. Bradshaw headed straight back again. Corboa now trying to chest it down. Amund. Akinola will try to meet it. It's a poor pass from Solihull Moors forward. Jaskalainen back on the ball. So half an hour against the team. They're unbeaten in the National League season. They've had much more of the better chances in this second half. Does look like it could be going Woking's way at the moment, and it would be a huge result for Darren Searle's side. This would bring them to 3 games unbeaten. It would bring them to 10 points from their last 4 games. A huge feat at the moment. Zach Bradshaw now. James Clark though meeting him. He's been brought down. It's a free kick to Solihull Moors just outside their penalty area. You're listening to BBC Radio Surrey. 1-1 at the moment. Josh Kelly opening the scoring in the first half. That was then met by Parik Amund though. A huge equaliser for Darren Searle's side. He wants more though. He's shouting at Corboa. He wants more from him. He wants Woking to take this game. Cuthbert headers it back now. Robinson trying to meet with a header. He doesn't reach it. Solihull Moors now. Ian, would you say that potentially their attacks aren't looking too promising? There's a couple of balls that have just dwindled out.
No.
But Corboa has a chance. They're on the right hand side. A long kick forward. He's cut inside with composure, but he's lost the ball. Play. Really nice ball forward from Will Jaskalainen all the way through to Corboa. But it ends in a goal kick now. Well, a corner actually for Solihull Moors.
Yeah, Corboa did really well there. It was a long ball from Jaskalainen. Corboa against the defender. 1-on-1, went to cut inside, well defended by the defender but giving away the corner. But yeah, Corboa a handful there. Whenever he hasn't seen much of the ball, but whenever he has, he's a bit of a handful.
His pace has been hugely threatening to the Solihull Moors side. Casey standing out over this corner, this right hand corner now. He's looking for an option. Can Woking take the lead? They'll be whipped in by Casey, right hand in the air. Cuthbert making some movements. It's whipped in. Can it be met by a header? And it almost dribbles through. In the end, no one can meet it, and it's out for a goal kick to Solihull Moors.
No,
Simkin
corner
usually
again. I have to interrupt you. Corner again. It was well defended by Solihull, but they panicked a little bit and pushed it out.
Woking certainly on the front foot at the moment. Can they capitalise on this consecutive corner? It'll be Matt Robertson with the delivery. Ammons at the front post. I've got plenty of options at the back stick. He's taking his time. Woking fans feel that Corbeau is being handled in the box. It's been whipped in towards the back stick. Can it be met? Cuthbert's there, but it's headed out by Solihull Moors. Casey meets it on the edge of the box. It's down to Matt Robinson now on the left-hand channel. He tries to play it into Ammon. They're calling for it's a counter now for Solihull Moors. He sprayed it out, but it hasn't reached Ben, and it's a throw-in for Woking. Quite the moment there for Woking here.
Yeah, no, that was very good pressure from Woking, and just couldn't make it count. But certainly they're on the front foot at the moment.
Matt Robinson back to Casey. Can they find a way back into this battle? Ahead for the first time in this game. There's 24 minutes left on the clock. Darren Sarl hurriedly get it to Casey for the throw, and Casey throws it forwards to Corbeau. Tries to get it down to Matt Robinson. He comes in with a potential foul on the Solihull Moors player there, but in the end it's gone out for a throw-in to the opposition. The Lathwaite Stadium rocking now at the moment. They're getting behind this team. They want this winning goal. Still plenty of time for that as well. James Clark throws it down the right-hand channel. Cuthbert boots it forward into the centre of the pitch. Jermaine Anderson trying to meet it. Cuthbert has then headed it out for a throw-in just by the dugout here on the right-hand side. James Clark tried to get it forward to Solihull Moors. Their attack's not looking too promising at the moment. He had that great moment of composure in the first half to open the scoring, but it hasn't really fallen their way since then. Futa now. Nice composure to Jamie Osborne. He brings it out to Clark on the right hand side. He stays calm. Back to Morrison in defence for the visitors. Morrison. It's a strange looking pass down to his left back, and it hasn't reached him whatsoever. Woking fans enjoyed that one. Woking want to go quickly, but the referee's denied it for some reason. He hasn't allowed them to let them have that throw-in, potentially giving them a counter-attack. I'm not quite sure what the reason is. I think it's for a substitution for Solihull Moors.
Yeah, that was... but it shows that Woking are on the front foot.
Exactly.
The moment they get a throw, they want to take it as quickly as possible, and that's what Dan Moss did. But the referee, there was obviously a substitution coming. Otherwise, Woking play could have been away there.
Just a moment ago, you can tell that they're on the front foot. I mean, Darren Sarl was getting the ball to take the throw in as quickly as he could, trying to get that ball moving again.
Yeah, it's often like it's his mindset really is front foot, positive, quick, and when you've got your front foot forward, make it count, and that's what he's trying to do there. I don't think I've ever really seen a Darren Sarl team really go into defensive mode in that sense.
No, they want this game. They're hungry for this winning goal. It's 1-1 at the moment. We've got about 20 minutes. You're listening to BBC Radio Surrey as Casey flies down the left wing. Casey cuts it back to Robinson. Over to Cuthbert now. Solihull Moors only really one man pressing. Maybe they're holding out for this draw. They're still unbeaten in the National League this season. They've got about 5-6 defenders back right now in their back line. Jermaine Anderson holding onto the ball in the right wing. Can he turn his man? Can he put it through to Akinola? Not quite. Solihull Moors with a chance to counter now. Plenty of Woking men back though, and it's cut out by Wilkinson. Now down to Jack Stevens. Jamie Osborne now into the centre of the pitch. Pressing in down the left-hand side of this Woking half. He's turning, done well to keep a hold of the ball, but it's Akinola that's come in, and Corbeau has the chance to spin away. He's charging down on this Solihull Moors defence. Plenty of options in front of him. Can Robinson reach the loose pass? Not quite. Solihull Moors all the way back to Simkin, and he sprays it forward. But the pressure certainly seems on the away side. Cuthbert headed it down to Robinson. Robinson flicks it back to Casey. Nicely done. Casey to Cuthbert. He's seen plenty of the ball. It's a long ball forward to Hammond. Done well to keep it down. Very, very well indeed. He's tried to flick it onto Robinson, and Robinson hasn't made the overlap.
Yeah, he wasn't reading that really. It's a creative touch from Hammond, but players aren't always mind readers. And I think we've got a liquid break, which, looking at some of the players out there, they really need. Both sides.
it's the second of the second half now. I mean, if you weren't aware, if you were sitting in a nicely air-conned room, it is absolutely scorching here at the Lathwaite Stadium. We're struggling commentating on the match, so God knows what the players are doing.
And we're in the shade.
Exactly.
We're not in direct sun either.
No.
It's just hot, but it's I don't know why. I look coming over, it's 32, 33, that sort of temperature.
It is unprecedented conditions regardless. Woking, they're hungry for this game. They're chasing it. They've certainly got the momentum, and they have done for this whole of the second half. Arguably have dominated this game against Solihull Moors. About 20 minutes left of this match. 1-1 at the moment. You're listening to BBC Radio Surrey. Matchday commentary, National League action. Woking 1, Solihull Moors 1. It was Parrick Hammond, Woking's number 10, that got that equaliser in the second half. Nicely composed, chested the ball down in the box and volleyed it home in the end. That was about half an hour after Josh Kelly, 40 minutes after Josh Kelly opened the scoring for the visitors. Have a nicely composed run. We're in our drinks break now. Even the officials are getting in on the act. They're desperate for it.
Well, good for them. They deserve it, really.
Darren Sale getting in as much words as he can to his team. He's using these breaks to his advantage. We will update our BBC Radio Surrey listeners in just a moment. I'll update you on the elsewhere scores now. Crawley Town 3-1 against Newport County at the moment in League 2. In the National League, Aldershot have taken the lead away to AFC Flyde. 1-0 now. It's still 0-0 though between Oldham and Dorking. Looking to get back underway here after this drinks break here at the Lathwaite Stadium. Both players getting back into formation as Simkin looks to take the goal kick for Solihull Moors. Cuthbert looking to keep a high line for his home side. Parrick Hammond trying to keep the ball in play. It's come down to a throw in here. James Clark will most likely take it into the defensive third of the Solihull Moors half. The ball thrown forward down the right wing. It's tried to be flicked on, but Cuthbert's dealt with it well. Corbeau is looking to reach that. It's been cleared back over to Dan Moss. Well, at the moment, George, there hasn't been any goals since my last update. It is still one between Woking and Solihull Moors, but it is once again been all Woking for the majority of this second half as well. We've just had a jinx break because, the conditions are quite frankly unprecedented. It is boiling at the moment. Everyone needs to be getting the fluids in, but Woking have had some very, very strong chances at the moment. A couple of balls sprayed into the back post. They weren't quite able to reach it. There was a moment when they had consecutive headers. Solihull Moors do have the ball on the left-hand wing of the Woking defensive third, though. They've sprayed into the middle. It's well dealt by Bradshaw in the end. But coming back to those consecutive corners, though, there was a really strong moment where Woking, they could have put themselves actually ahead. It's been kind of the issue for Solihull Moors, trying to deal with the press and the pressure that Woking have at the moment. They're very, very confident as Matt Robertson has it on this left-hand side. But Solihull Moors, one of the best defences in the league, still unbeaten in the National League this season. But we're in for an absolute thriller over the last 20 minutes as Parrick Hammond keeps the ball in play on this left-hand side. For now, though, George, it is 1-1 at the Lathwaite Stadium between Woking and Solihull Moors. It's coming to the middle, just over the bar. Huge chance. You're trying to back for the commentary. Ian, keep yourself to date with that. Missed it.
Sorry, lost it a bit there, but great chance. Great work by Woking. Ball came in. I think it was it Anderson who had the chance? Jermaine Anderson chance from about 7 or 8 yards, and it was well worked and just over the bar, and the fans, Darren Sale, everyone just hands on. Hands. But again, it's Woking pressure.
Plenty of more. They're building these chances. They're slowly breaking down this strong defence of Solihull Moors. Corbeau trying to meet it in the middle. It's headed down though. Matt Robinson's done well to get the ball back for Woking. Akinola back to Moss. Sprayed over to Parrick Hammond, but James Clark's matched it for the visitors. It's back to Simkin. Really was a huge chance there. We just
Yeah.
basically missed it in the interval between our updates for BBC Radio Surrey and the
Yeah,
commentary.
you're
Do
just
apologise
waiting for the net to bulge there, really.
Throw in for Solihull Moors. It's come back to James Clark on the right side. Morrison now. Sitting again, trying to stop the press from Corboa. They've got it with their left back now. Come in side to Osborne. Osborne skipped away nicely, the captain for the visitors today. He's got an option to his right. He's turned away nicely though. He's on the left hand side. Solihull Moors still on the ball. Woking need to win the ball back, and they have done. Matt Robinson on the right hand side. Can he chase that down? It's done. Really nice pressure there from Matt Robinson. Won the ball back, seen it out for a throw in.
Working hard, just couldn't get on the end of the rebound, and eventually it went out for a Solihull throw.
It's been a strong substitution for Woking since he's come on. He's kind of added that bit of energy there in these extreme conditions. It is extremely hot. We do have about 14 minutes left of this match between Woking and Solihull Moors. It's 1-1 at the moment. Poor pass to Matt Robinson there. Solihull Moors can attack down this right wing. They've turned back though, not really taking that opportunity. Not enough options for them. Jamie Osborne now in the middle. Sprayed down. And it's gone out for a throw-in. Woking will take those all day long.
Yeah, and Clark for Solihull puts his hand to his head and looks like another Solihull substitution here.
Mark Beck coming on for Josh Kelly now. Josh Kelly, the goal scorer earlier on, did very well to open the scoring for the visitors. A great finish, a great run. He's now off. Beck, who looks like an extremely physical forward, potentially what Solihull need. They need that long ball forward. They need to bring it down and get everything they can.
Yeah,
whatever they can actually throw.
You don't want to go by stereotypes or appearances, but he's big. He's number 9.
Exactly.
He trots out. He's taller than Wilkinson and Cuthbert, so you imagine that Solihull will go a little bit more direct.
Indeed. Dan Moss, a great challenge to see it out there. Standing strong. Got about 12 minutes until added time. 1-1 between Woking and Solihull Moors. Parrick Ammond getting that equaliser for Darren Sale's side. So throw in for Solihull Moors. Down the left side. Bradshaw. Robinson brought it down to Bradshaw. Casey needs to defend well against J-Ben. J-Ben cuts inside. It's a nice fit in from Casey. It's not enough though. It's on the edge of the box as Moors. Now Woking can attack now. Corboa's got it in the middle of the pitch. He's done well to get round Morrison, but he's been brought down on the halfway line, and the referee reaches for his back pocket. That is a yellow card for Morrison.
Definitely a yellow card, and again it was a good break from Woking there. Ball to Corboa, twisted and turned, brought down. Referee, no hesitation, right decision.
And Corboa has been so good at that today. He gets the ball in the half turn, he spins round and he creates those chances.
He's got very quick feet. He, as soon as the ball comes to him, he's sort of twisting and turning. His feet are going everywhere, and as we've been saying, he's done very well since he came in to start for Woking.
Done extremely well. Could be a quite strong chance here for Woking. Jaskelainen has a free kick on the halfway line. Plenty of options at the back stick. Can they get ahead on this? Can they get ahead in this game? Looks like they want to put it towards that far post, and it has done. Sprayed all the way back. Cuthbert's there. It's sprayed all the way down. Through to win. Ammond's there. It couldn't dribble through though. It's gone out for a goal kick. A man's down for Solihull Moors.
I think it's gone out for a corner actually.
It seems like it. Those Woking players still sticking by the opposition goal. Play continues. This momentum for Woking continues. Casey will stand over the corner kick. Robinson's on the edge of the box as an option. So is Jermaine Anderson. Can Woking finally take advantage of one of these corners? They've had so many this game. Casey, can he find a head? Can it be met? Right arm up. Who's he looking for? It's crossed into the box. Into the middle. A player goes down. It's been cleared though. And in the end, it's a foul on the Solihull Moors man. Not quite the corner Woking were looking for.
I have to say both sets of players have done brilliantly given the heat. I mean, the game is still playing at quite a decent pace, and a lot of energy being expended, and you wouldn't, sometimes you look in these temperatures at games overseas and it's just passed around at the back and everyone looks as though they can't be bothered, but it's the commitment from both sides has been excellent.
They've gone for this, they really have. And Solihull Moors, they've stuck true to their reputation this season of having a very strong defence. They've held out Woking from multiple chances. It's been met there well by Beck, almost dribbled through in the end to Jack Stevens. But Will Jaskalainen, a quick ball forward over to Corboa. Can he meet it on the right wing? Chance for Woking here. He's on the right hand side of the box. He's got options in the middle. He cuts inside. Can he shoot with his left foot? And it's just gone past. Well, nearly out for a corner. Massive chance for Woking. In the end, though, a disappointing shot on his potentially weaker left foot. It looks it anyway, Ian.
Yeah, if it got in, it would have been brilliant. It was a great quick kick from Willie Jaskalainen, and Corboa was away, cut inside, players in the box, and he let fly, and fair play to him. That's probably what you're told to do, but it didn't really threaten the goal.
Not quite, as Simkin prepares to take another goal kick for the opposition. Woking haven't been able to get that clean sheet, but they will go another game unbeaten today. Matt Robinson meets the header. Ammond trying to get on the end of that on the left wing. James Clark does well though to keep that ball for the opposition. Flicked on to Beck. Cuthbert's there to meet it though in the centre. Jermaine Anderson tries to flick it on to Robinson. James Clark with a long ball forward now to the right wing. Jack Stevens will chase. Cuthbert though headed it on. Casey's tried to meet it and Cuthbert's cleared it into the centre of the pitch. Ammond with the flick on. James Clark there again to meet it. Both teams really going for this now, Ian, in this extreme heat. Corboa outstrengthed by Morrison in the end. Back to Simkin.
Yeah, a lot of physical commitment now.
Both these teams want it. Can they snatch the winner? Can Woking snatch a hugely important win? They could grab 10 points from their last 4 games. This could be huge for Darren Sarr's side. We're just about 7.5 minutes away from added time now. Woking 1, Solihull Moors 1. In this National League commentary for BBC Radio Surrey. And that'll be another drinks break by the looks of it. It's the
Ricky Corboa has gone down injured. I can't see they're saying to the physio to stay, but I suspect there was an element of strategic, just all the players need a break. They're doing brilliantly.
Well, the fourth official is actually urging the players to get back on the pitch, so is the referee. He's not having any of it. He wants this game back underway. Darren Sarr's doing his best to get some words into Cuthbert there, but both sides are desperate for a drink. Look at them. It's the referee though that's marching over to both sets of players. He wants them back out on this pitch, and they will do. We've got about 6 minutes left. Can Woking find that winning goal? Both sets of players look absolutely exhausted. They're still going for it. Corboa is down again. The physio's back on the pitch. Is that potentially a tactical play there, Ian? Does he want the drinks break for his side?
No, I think the tactical play would have been 2 minutes ago. I think now it's a little bit more worrying from Woking perspective. I'm just looking at the bench. We've got Nana Boateng, Robbie Wilmot, the two attacking substitutions that could still be made.
Yeah, and considering the influence that Corboa has had on this game so far, it would be quite a huge loss in these last minutes not to have him available.
Well, it would, without having Reece Brown. It looks like it's just cramp. He's having his
physio treatment at the moment.
Bit of stretch, but without having Reece Gregor Cox and Reece Brown available, really Ricky Corboa has been the attacking threat alongside Porrick Ammond, and he's done very well the last few games.
If Reece Brown and Reece Gregor Cox were in this starting 11 today, if they were available, what are you thinking the score is right now? Do you think it would have been a completely different game? They're that attacking firepower, because look how far they've got with those players out.
I think Reece Brown started the season quite slowly and was ironically looking very good when he picked up his injury. Reece Gregor Cox has started the season really strongly, got quite a few goals, and now it looks like Nana Boateng is coming on for Ricky Corboa. He's a handful.
Number 15 for Woking. Can he be the difference in these last 5 minutes? We will update our BBC Radio Surrey listeners for a final time before full time very soon. 1-1 at the Lathwaite Stadium. It's a throw in for Solihull Moors to resume play. There will be At least 5 minutes added on for Foot at the 90. James Clark throws it back to Simkin. Nana Boateng chases down the ball.
I'm going for 8 or 9 minutes minimum added.
Quite potentially. A lot of water breaks. Some players down as well.
Yeah.
Jamie Osborne for Solihull Moors. James Clark, he's seen a lot of the ball this second half. Tries to spray it into the middle. Wilkinson does well to header it back into the path of Jääskeläinen. Corbell off the pitch, but sprayed over to Nana Boateng. He's got pace to chase that ball down. Will he meet it? Will he keep it on the pitch? He has done excellently. Can he turn away from his man? Down by the right corner flag. It's back to Jermaine Anderson. Woking need to get forward, but they're not. They look absolutely exhausted. Jermaine Anderson does well to turn his man over to Nana Boateng. Can he get a ball into the box? He does to the back stick. It's almost glanced towards goal, but Matt Robinson still chasing after it on the left wing though. He clatters into his man, and Jay Ben is down for a Woking free kick, much to the disgust of the Woking fans.
Yeah, Ben played the game there. He did what Woking fans have seen Woking players do for years. As the player came in, he wasn't really in control, but put his leg in front, fell over and win the free kick. But good work by Boateng. Good long ball. He was on it. Cross. Just headed away by Solihull.
Nana Boateng, an exceptional start to his time on the pitch this afternoon. That's a long kick though from Simkin. Casey headers it back out for a throw-in for Solihull Moors by the looks of things. They've got 3 players back. They've actually got a couple of men forward at the moment, Solihull Moors. Maybe they could nick a winner. It's down with Beck. He plays it into the middle. Jack Stevens now. Back to Beck with a strike. It's hit Cuthbert though. And the referee's blown for a free kick. Wilkinson is the one that's down. Jack Stevens getting a clip on him in the end. Going to be updating our BBC Radio Surrey listeners very soon. Elsewhere in the National League at the moment, Aldershot winning 2-0 over AFC Fly. Dorking still 0-0 with Oldham. Over to Jermaine Anderson. He's got a bit of space. He chests it down nicely. Really nice control. Comes into the middle to Nana Boateng. Boateng can't really get the ball out of his feet. He's held on to it excellently though. Over to Dan Moss. Dan Moss gives it back to Akinola to Jermaine Anderson. Over to Nana Boateng. It's a poor pass backwards though. Solihull Moors can get it forward with Beck now. Cuthbert's there to meet him. Can he get a foot in? Unfortunately not. It's gone back out for a throw-in to Solihull Moors. Down the halfway line, just inside of the Solihull Moors.
Yeah, Boateng recovered there, albeit giving away a throw, but he worked hard there to
brought some much needed energy into these final moments. Still 1-1 here at the Braithwaite Stadium. It's poor pass there into the middle now. Wilkinson clears it forward. Can Amond meet it? Nana Boateng though, he wants a bit of the action, tries to header it forward. They're calling for a foul on Nana Boateng. The Moors resume possessions though on the left hand side. Well, it's still 1-1 here, George, at the Laithwaite Stadium. It's the agony continues for these Woking fans. They've had plenty of more chances. Corboa, who's looked excellent on the turn throughout the match, really doing well in attacking chances. He's just had to be brought off. He looks exhausted in the end due to this heat and potentially picking up a knock. Or it could have been cramp. He came off though. Nana Boateng has looked a bit of fresh air. He came straight onto the pitch and it was a long ball forward from Jääskeläinen. He was away on the right hand side. He clipped it in to the far post, but there was no Woking head there to meet it in the end. Solihull Moors looks like they're trying to throw a couple of more men forward now at the moment. Maybe they could grab a last minute winner, but right now Woking have absolutely dominated this second half. By far have looked a better team in attack, but it's the organised defence of Solihull Moors that have been keeping them out. I'll update you at full time because there's been a lot of water breaks and we should be in for a cracking last 5 to 6 minutes here, George, but at the moment Woking 1, Solihull Moors 1. It's James Clark now, brings it down to Jay Ben. Ben brings it into the middle to Mafuta, turning his man Matt Robinson. He's looking for an option. Back out to Stevens into Mafuta. Mafuta plays it in, it's not good enough. Cuthbert gives it to Boateng. He's trying to make something. He's being closed down in the end, but he's still on the ball. Gives it back out to Robinson. Plenty of Solihull Moors men back. Woking are struggling to get forward. They haven't got the energy, but it's been played through to Boateng. He's offside. Almost turning, almost in a lot of space there. 9 minutes added on, indicated by the full official.
What did we say? 8, 7 or 8?
You said 8 or 9. I said 5 or 6. I was a little bit off in the end.
I think they're adding a minute or two to every game just to make a point at the moment. But 9 minutes in this heat is a challenge.
As much as both of these players want the win, they want their chances. There was almost a little bit of a sigh when those 9 minutes went up in the end. Casey trying to meet the header though. Potential foul there. It's a foul on the edge of the box for Solihull Moors. A good position for the opposition. The referee leans down to spray. He's setting up the spot kick for the visitors. They've got it just on the right corner of the penalty area.
Probably the most dangerous position I think Solihull have had all half.
Jamie Osborne steps over this, the captain for the visitors. They've got plenty of options at the back stick. He looks up, wonders where he's going to play this ball. They've got a huge striker in Mark Beck at the back stick. They're number 9. They'll have to look out for that player, Woking. Huge chance for the visitors. Can Woking keep them up? Can they then come back with a counter? Jamie Osborne standing over the ball. Referee yet to blow his whistle. He does now though. Here we go. It's whipped into the back stick. A header hasn't met it. It's cleared back up to the edge of the box. Mafuta's there in a lot of space. He shoots. It's blocked by Woking though. Woking can counter attack. Nana Boateng darts forward down the left hand side. He's chasing it. He's got lucky. He's through on goal though on this left hand side. Nana Boateng for Woking. Can he make something of this? He tries to cut it back. It's an excellent tackle in the end by Solihull Moors. Woking going ballistic. They believe it was Ben in the end for Solihull Moors who got a hand in there. Ian?
I didn't see it. Well, I saw that everyone go up for the handball. I saw the player come in to defend, and it looks like Akinola has been booked for complaining, but the tackle went in. Boateng did what he should do. He was trying to play it across. I think it was, I don't know who was on the far right.
He went for the unselfish option, didn't he? But we've got a corner now with Matt Robinson. Can Woking build on this momentum? The fans really seem like that they can. It's whipped into the back stick. Can a header meet it? It's cleared by Beck in the end. Back out to Jermaine Anderson. Jermaine Anderson gets it down to Wilkinson. Can Wilkinson make anything of it? It's gone back out for a throw-in for Woking. Really was a huge chance. Jay Ben did excellently well to get back there, regardless of whether it hit his hand or not.
Yeah, he did, and he slid in and covered, and no long throw particularly for Woking today. Sam Habigam has that in his armoury, but I believe has picked up an injury, not on the bench.
See, it's thrown in. Jermaine Anderson, can he turn? He's in the penalty area. The Solihull Moors defenders need to be careful. They have done. Matt Ross comes in though. He's by the corner flag. They're jostling for the ball. A lot of men around there now. A lot of legs flying in. A lot of challenges. Woking are calling for a foul. Dan Moss has gone down in the end. He's thrown back in. But Matt Robinson has it for Woking. There's options on the edge of the box. He turns away, tries to play it back up to the right wing. He's wasted the opportunity. Solihull Moors trying to get down his left-hand side of Jack Stevens now. But Wilkinson in the end seems to have put in quite a fair tackle. The referee's blown for a free kick. Woking fans couldn't disagree more. That's really taken the sting out of that Woking attacking blast there.
Yeah, I thought that was, if it was given as a free kick, fair enough, but it was to give a yellow card to Luke Wilkinson in that. He must have said something, is all I can imagine, but
it seemed like a fair challenge from where we were seeing. It was on the other side of the pitch though, where Simkin is now taking the free kick. He's tried to get it over to the right hand side. It's a little bit of a weak kick though. Cuthbert has been beaten by Beck though. Here's James Clark. Casey does well with the interception, and Wilkinson's there again. He's gone down. But it's Ben who whips the ball in for Solihull Moors towards the back stick. They can't get there. That's gone too far, and it's gone out for a goal kick. It is now the 95th minute in this match between Woking and Solihull Moors. 1-1 at the moment. Wilkinson is down for Woking. We've had some great chances for Woking in this second half. They haven't been able to take them. Can they build in this momentum?
You have to say, following the goal that Solihull scored,
it's been all Woking.
It's been really all Woking the whole game, and they've done well to get back to parity. Missed a penalty, but who knows what the last 2 or 3 minutes might bring.
Well, if it's anything to judge off by the previous game, or previous minutes, Ian, we're going to be in for a cracker. Stay tuned, BBC Radio Surrey. It's 1-1 at the moment between Woking and Solihull Moors. Jääskeläinen sprays it forward down the left wing. He's looking for Ammond. Ammond headers it back. He's tried to find Matt Robinson. He's into the box now. He flicks it past one. And excellently cleared by James Clark in the end. That is some awesome defending.
Yeah, it was good defending. Robinson did well, Ammon did well, headed it in, knew what he was doing. Robinson got the cut back, and Solihull defended it well.
Dan Moss with the throw-in now, in his, just inside the attacking third of the Solihull half. Jermaine Anderson tries to get a ball in the box. The fans applaud though, and it rolls out for a corner. Another big chance for Woking. They've had plenty of these corners for the whole game. Can they finally get ahead on it? Woking with the game in their hands. 3 minutes left of play now. 1-1 at the moment. Can they meet this corner? Cuthbert's making some movement. Casey taking, he's whipped it in towards the centre. Cuthbert's there, and he's almost glanced it into the left hand side of the goal. It's rolled out for a goal kick now from Simkin. That was agonisingly close, Ian.
Very close, and all the players going in there, but Cuthbert got a clear header there, and probably, I would guess, a foot or so wide of the post, but again, Woking pressure.
3 minutes now. Can Woking get this winning goal? Solihull Moors trying to hold on to this draw. They are the only unbeaten team left in the National League at the moment. They've done well to hold off an absolute bombardment of Woking chances. Arguably a handball there from Jay Ben for Solihull Moors. And Matt Robinson's trying to fight for the ball back. They're pushing, they're scrambling. Both teams going in for this one, going in for these final minutes. Despite the heat, they're really pushing on. Who do you think could be the difference maker in these final few minutes, Ian? The difference maker for Woking. Was it Nanaboto?
I think Jermaine Anderson has done brilliantly, I think. But then, is that a corner? No, goal. Is it
corner now for Solihull Moors down this
Solihull, so the difference maker may well be
this
a
corner.
Defender.
Mark Beck, number 9 for Solihull Moors, taller than arguably everyone else on the pitch. He's at the front post. He's heavily marked by about 3 Woking players at the moment. Cuthbert's round him, Wilkinson's round him, so's Akinola. It's thrown in now. Akinola headers it. It's not good enough to clear it all the way. Jaskalainen excellently catch. Can Woking counter? Nana Boateng on the left hand side. He hasn't gone for him. He's calling for the ball though. Jaskalainen sprays it forward. Can it reach Boateng on this left wing? It can't quite, but Woking could capitalise on this, but it's gone out for a throw-in. Darren Saul trying to get in on the action. He wants that throw-in taken quickly. Ammond now.
Does Ammond pass it to Casey?
Casey with the throw-in. Can he make something of this in these final moments? It's out to Jermaine Anderson on the edge of the box. He needs to turn away. Plenty of Solihull Moors players on him. It's down to Casey in a bit of space on the left wing. Can he get a ball in? And it's cleared by Jay Ben. That'll be a throw-in for Woking. Huge final minutes. We're into the last minute of play. 1-1. Can Woking get this winner? Send the Laithwaite Stadium into jubilation. Casey. Not quite the long throw-in expert, but he could make something of this. They've got options on the edge, options in the box. He's thrown it down to Matt Robinson. He brings it back. He brings it down. He holds onto the ball excellently. Now it's Robinson on the edge of the box. Bradshaw goes past one. Can he get the ball into the penalty area? He's gone down. The referee not pointing to the penalty spot, and instead it's a goal kick.
I think that was probably right. What Bradshaw did was keep the ball away, and then he got caught. I suspect the ball was already out by the time that happened, but
could that be it? Could that be it? Still 1-1. We're 10 seconds from the 9 minutes originally added onto the full-time whistle. Well, to the 90th.
It should be. I think they should probably add a few minutes on. Well, a minute on probably for other incidents during this, but whether they do or not, we'll see.
We'll be updating our BBC Radio listeners in a moment, whether that'll be full-time or not. Still 1-1 here at the Laithwaite Stadium. Woking looking for that winner. Solihull Moors trying to hold on. It's being flashed around in the centre of the pitch. In the end, Mafuta's put it out for a throw-in for Woking. And it's full time here at the Laithwaite Stadium. 1-1 in the end between Woking and Solihull Moors as the referee blows his full time whistle. Woking dominated that game in the end, had plenty of attacking chances. Really though, Ian, how are you feeling after that one?
Well, I'm just looking at Scott Cuthbert on his haunches, shaking his head, I think. But I'm also looking at Solihull players, hands on knees, down. Both sets of players have really done a terrific sort of investment this afternoon of themselves. You have to say Woking were dominant.
Woking were absolutely dominant. They really built. After they conceded that initial goal, and it was a weak goal to give away in terms of it came out of nothing. It was a deadly pass through, but potentially it came from nowhere. And now, after that one, they had the penalty that they missed as well.
Yeah.
That's a key moment in that first half.
Yeah, they were dominant. Never really had a chance. Never really made it count. Had their chances, gave their all. Solihull defended well, plugged away at the other end, and you have to say, well done to both sets of players. Solihull, I think, will be very pleased having got a point on the road to Woking.
Well, they remain unbeaten after 8 games in the National League. It's quite the feat. Regardless, Woking now have, well, they're now unbeaten in their last 3 games.
Yeah.
They've done well in the end extremely well to defy a side that have won all their away games this season so far. They created a lot of attacking opportunities considering the injuries that you touched on earlier on. How much do you think that potentially hindered them today? Do you think we're looking at a different scoreline with Rhys Grigor-Cox, with Rhys Brown in the side?
Who knows? I think ifs and buts, but I think really it's been a terrific effort from Woking, and today dominant performance. As you say, 4 games unbeaten. Continue like that, they'll be there or thereabouts as the season progresses, and well done to, as I say, actually to both sets of players.
Well, Ian, thank you for today. You've been excellent. We're about to update our BBC Radio listeners. We're going to end the commentary there. Thank you so much for listening, and we will speak to you later. If you want to stick around for this full-time update, as Darren Sarr goes over to clap the Woking fans. It's been some feat from his home side. 1-1 in the end.
I'll see you.
George, in the end, unfortunately for Woking, it did continue as 1-1 come the full-time whistle. There were 9 minutes added on in the end. They threw everything at it. They had plenty of corners in that final 9 minutes, plenty of chances to capitalise. Cuthbert, the centre-back, came in with a glancing header at the end, but it's just narrowly missed past that left-hand post. They started on the back foot, Woking. Solihull Moors taking the lead with Josh Kelly, his 4th goal of the season already. It was a composed finish under Will Jääskeläinen. Since then, it was kind of like they flipped a switch, and they had this tick in them, which really made them kind of push for the game. And after that spell, they really just dominated. It's been all Woking, and as these players come over, as the fans applaud them, it's because of this tremendous feat today here. It's been absolutely scorching for both sets of players, but Woking haven't stopped running. They haven't stopped trying to press on and make these final chances. They did miss a penalty early on through Amund. That was a key moment in the game. Of course, it would have been 2-1 otherwise if that went in. Amund did then score later down the pitch, but he also missed a couple of chances himself too. So in the end, it's agony for these home Woking fans, and as it ends at the Laithwaite Stadium, Woking 1, Solihull Moors 1. Not too bad.